And coming up here on GMA, the Memorial Day travel exodus is happening now. How airlines are preparing for the crush of passengers, especially today, and the best and worst times for you to hit the road. Also, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis making it official. He is running for president. How the race for the Republican nomination is shaping up. We'll have those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
And ahead in the next hour, GMSA, a beloved SAISD board trustee getting a proper farewell from her community. How they're celebrating Patty Radle's dedication to education is coming up. Plus, many students graduating soon and will be transitioning to life after high school and even after college. At 6, we'll talk about ways to make that transition a bit easier. And we're remembering the legendary Tina Turner as we look back at the legacy she leaves behind. The iconic singer passed away at her home. She was 83 years old. And back here at home, looking outside with the sun slowly coming up on a Thursday morning, you're watching GMSA. The iconic Tina Turner has passed away at the age of 83. This morning, we look back at the legacy she's left behind and hear from fans worldwide who view her as the queen of rock and roll.
And let's look out there with a live cam. Pretty shot. We're starting at 69 degrees. Not as cool as yesterday morning. We are expecting things to warm up. We're going to check in with Mike just to see what we can expect for your Thursday.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. Hope you slept well last night. It is Thursday, May 25th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. And if you're headed out there, it's not too bad out in the morning and it's going to get up to the 80s. But Mark was saying earlier that it's not as hot as it has been.
No, not at all. I mean, we've been up in the 90s a couple of times just in the past few weeks. But boy, the trend for the rest of the week going into the long weekend, just fantastic. I mean, these numbers are right where you would expect, upper 80s, upper 60s. We're going to have a couple of clouds, extra clouds here and there starting really tomorrow and then going in through the weekend. But still, just make some outdoor plans. Yes, there is a small chance for a couple of showers or thunderstorms on Monday. If you have outdoor plans, I would not change them. Just keep that in mind. Now, starting off this morning, as you can see, nice sunrise. We have a few clouds hanging around here. Still at 69 degrees, 61 in Comfort, and a couple of low 70s down there at Port SA, as well as Stinson, Pleasanton. Molds on the high side. Grass is low. The updated count comes out in about an hour and a half or so. And throughout the rest of today, again, 80 at noon, 86 high temperatures. So this trend with these temperatures that are really being held in check at or even a couple of degrees below normal does continue throughout the rest of the day. And the humidity's not bad either. I mean, this is just a great looking forecast. And then way down the road, we talked about those couple of showers perhaps on Monday, and then some more rain chances even into next week. All those details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez is the man behind the wheel this morning. What's going on?
All right, glad to be with you guys on Good Morning San Antonio. And things have started to pick up a little bit here as we get into our 6 o'clock hours. We look here in the near northwest side. We're still following that stalled vehicle, and we just saw the camera go out there. Okay, we got it back now. I-10 westbound at Callahan. This is the camera that's right in the middle of the east and westbound lanes. But again, this is on the westbound lanes of I-10 at Callahan. Saw some TxDOT trucks out there a little bit earlier, so I know that they're out there, so hopefully they can take care of this. But traffic flow in this area not seem to be too impacted at the very moment right there. So as we take a look now at our citywide map, we could see that that's the stalled vehicle that we're seeing right there on the near northwest side. Now let's zoom in a little bit closer to this other stalled vehicle that just popped up on TxDOT's website, and this is on the northbound lanes there at 281 and Loop 410. So again, the San Antonio International Airport area, a very busy area kind of as we head into what's going to turn into a little bit of a busy commute here during our 6 o'clock hour. So again, northbound lanes at Loop 410. I'll take a look at the TransGuide cameras in just a bit, see if there's anything that we can spot as far as any sort of traffic delays at the moment. So I wanted to zoom back out here real quick because this just popped up on the maps right now, and I just checked with TxDOT right now, and it looks like we have a crash on the eastbound lanes at Loop 410 at Southton Road, Southton Villamain. So I'll get a little bit of a clearer picture and see if we could get a camera also to kind of help us out with this area right there at the moment. So let's go ahead and as we zoom back in there real quick, and then as we say our stall and head back out to TransGuide, and you can see we have The rest of the city, things looking pretty good so far. Loop 410 at Broadway, 281 at San Pedro on the north side. But again, that stalled vehicle out there by the airport, something to keep in mind as you make your way out right now. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, a classic vehicle caught on fire on San Antonio's southeast side last night. We're told there's not much left of it. San Antonio fire crews are called to help put out a garage fire at this home on the 200 block of Ryan Drive just before 7:30 last night. Thankfully, the owner, who was working on the car at the time, made it out with minor injuries. San Antonio firefighters say he burned himself while trying to put the fire out. No one else was hurt.
And now to a beloved SAISD board trustee and the proper farewell that she was given last night. Our Alyssa Cole joins us now to tell us more. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Stephanie. A proper farewell it was indeed. Now, Patty Rattle, she served more than 12 years as a school district board member and more than 50 years to the San Antonio community. The District 5 member had a retirement party at Lanier High School with district officials and other school leaders celebrating her contributions to education reform and the legacy she leaves behind. When asked what people can do for the community, this is what she had to say. Take a listen.
Find something that you're passionate about and bring to it all your love, all your honesty, all your respect, and do good for the community.
Yes, and forgive me, Radel, I want to be sure to attribute her legacy correct. Good morning, Miss Radel. We have your name corrected. She was known as a fierce activist and trailblazer for education. The work she's put into helping the west side of San Antonio will surely be missed and appreciated. So congratulations, Miss Radel, to you, and thank you for all the service that you've done. I'll send it back to you all, Mark, Stephanie.
Alyssa, thank you so much. Now tributes pouring in for Tina Turner. The music legend passed away yesterday at the age of 83.
As ABC's Rihanna Nally reports, overnight, some of the biggest names in music, sports, and television honored the queen of rock and roll.
Tina Turner was an icon. You're simply the best. Born Anna Mae Bullock when she was only 17, she began performing with Ike Turner under the name Little Ann. Ike would give her the name Tina, and the two would begin a marriage that would last over 15 years. Working for the man every night and day. But throughout all of the public success, she dealt with the physical and emotional abuse of her husband, Ike.
My life with Ike was one that a lot of maybe people are familiar with, husbands that practice brutality.
In July of 1976, she would leave Ike with just 36 cents to her name. She spent the next years playing clubs as her solo career failed to take off. But her cover of Al Green's Let's Stay Together in 1983 became a hit, landing her a record deal. The following year, her album Private Dancer would bring her back into the spotlight. What's love got to do with it? At 45 years old, Turner was a superstar. She would star in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
And I say that this man has broken the law.
Play sold-out stadiums. She would even record a Bond theme. She would find love again, too, with German record executive Erwin Bach, the two together for more than 35 years. So many are reacting to her passing. In New York, the Apollo Theater marquee lit up in her honor. Mariah Carey writing, "To me, she will always be a survivor and an inspiration to women everywhere." When asked how she would like to be remembered in an interview published last month, she said, as the queen of rock and roll, a woman who showed other women that it is okay to strive for success on their own terms. Rihanna Nally, ABC News, New York.
And now to a warning from Microsoft about possible plans by Chinese hackers to disrupt U.S. communications. In a report, Microsoft said hackers are likely pursuing cyber capabilities that could be used to disrupt critical communications between the U.S. and Asia in the event of a future U.S.-China crisis. Microsoft says it's all part of a spying and information gathering campaign The tech firm has not released specific information supporting its findings.
Donald Trump's legal team wants the Justice Department to close its probes into the former president and allow the 2024 presidential campaign season to continue. His team is reaching out to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland to discuss what they're calling prosecutorial misconduct in the special counsel's probes into Trump's handling of classified documents and efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The U.S. Justice Department has not commented on this matter. Right now, 6:08, 69 degrees.
Apple is making plans to roll out a new update for the iPhone's lock screen. We're going to tell you what to expect when it drops.
A live, glitchy Twitter announcement from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announcing his 2024 presidential run. What some of DeSantis' opponents were saying about it, that's coming up after the break.
I'm looking out there with live cam. Beautiful sunrise happening this morning at 6:09 and 69 degrees, like Mark said. And we're going to be checking in with Mike for the very latest today and over the weekend. We'll be right back.
Just about 6:13 now to the campaign kickoff by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
DeSantis announced his bid for the White House live on Twitter alongside Elon Musk.
As ABC's Lindsay Watts reports, even though the audio stream was plagued by some technical issues, DeSantis is already taking aim at President Joe Biden.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' announcement on Twitter that he's running for president eventually became a discussion on policy and culture war issues.
Common sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue. And in Florida, we proved it could be done.
DeSantis didn't mention his chief Republican rival, former President Trump, but he took direct shots at President Joe Biden.
Biden's pursued inflationary policies that are hurting working people. We will reverse those policies, and we'll build an economy where working Americans can achieve a good standard of living.
Plans for the announcement were initially derailed by massive technical glitches on Twitter's audio platform. For 21 minutes, the feed included silence and crackling audio. The site's owner, Elon Musk, who was hosting the event, could be heard saying so many people were logged in, Twitter's servers were melting.
I think we've got just a massive number of people online.
Some of DeSantis' opponents were quick to mock the technical difficulties. The Trump campaign labeled the launch Ron's disaster. President Biden tweeted the caption, "This link works," leading people to his fundraising campaign. The Democratic National Committee writing in a statement, in true Ron DeSantis fashion, his presidential launch was quite literally not ready for prime time. But DeSantis voicing optimism, saying the number of listeners was an example of the enthusiasm around his campaign.
We need the courage to lead and the strength to win.
DeSantis joins a Republican field that trails Trump significantly in the polls, including Senator Tim Scott, who made his first campaign stop yesterday, holding a town hall in Iowa, and Nikki Haley, holding an event in New Hampshire, accusing DeSantis of, quote, copying Trump.
He needs to be his own person. He needs to get out there and say what he believes, what he thinks. If he's just going to be an echo to Trump, people just vote for Trump.
Meanwhile, the super PAC supporting DeSantis' presidential run is ramping up, hiring dozens of staffers across 18 states. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Exactly 6:15.
And there are problems over on Loop 410. Let's check back with RJ Marcus.
Yeah, guys, a bit of a mess here on the south side, the far south side, Loop 410 at Villamain. So just got off the phone with TransGuide right now, and thanks again to them for helping me out to figure out what is going on here. So these are the eastbound lanes of Loop 410 there at Villamain, a little bit right before you hit Southton Road. You can see traffic is trickling through a little bit now, but at the moment it was all these main lanes that were blocked at the moment, and they told me earlier they were having a little bit of issues with the camera, but we'll go ahead and keep it here because the frontage road is right there. Traffic is moving through that area as crews continue to figure out what is going on here. But this was a reported crash earlier, and we got the stream back going here. So looking at two vehicles, at least right here on the shoulder, again, the eastbound lanes, and several emergency vehicles here taking care. But at least we do see now some traffic sort of trickling through this area. As I just checked about 5 minutes ago, it was completely shut down. So traffic moving along here. Eastbound lanes, westbound lanes right now, traffic moving along pretty smoothly in this area. As we take a look at our maps and see what this looks like, traffic had been backed up all the way over to Espada Road. So that's all the way back here, a little bit further down. But again, eastbound lanes of Loop 410 at Villamain Road. This is kind of a major thing that we're following at the moment. I'll continue to try and get more information on exactly what happened, what type of crash this was, but you just saw from the emergency activity there that it's pretty significant activity going on there in the far south side. All right, rest of the city real quick here. We're going to look here. We still have a stalled vehicle there near northwest side, I-10 westbound at Callahan Road. So we still have that going on, and we still have a stalled vehicle there at near the airport there at Loop 410 and 281. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are headed out. But again, biggest thing we're following right now, Loop 410 eastbound lanes at Billiman Road. This is where the activity is happening, and try and get a little bit more information. But TransGuide, it's kind of back and forth on the phone with them, and it looks like traffic is at least starting to trickle through there just a little bit.
You and TransGuide can become best.
We are. My guy Ben at TransGuide.
So that's a street sign or some sort of a sign right there in the middle, and then the accident's sort of behind that? Okay.
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff going on out there, but yeah. Thanks, TransGuide, for helping me out.
And thank you, RJ.
Yes, thank you.
It's nice when they watch and they move the camera as you're talking and stuff like that. So
thanks for the help out
and
there.
good morning, folks over there. So, all right, if you are getting ready to hop on the bus this morning, temperatures are very pleasant out there. We will bottom out at 67 here in town, partly cloudy skies. Fog's really not an issue. There's a couple little batches down around Victoria this morning, down around Beeville, but just 5 miles visibility, so it's nothing too awfully thick. And 86 for a high temperature today, mostly sunny skies. Humidity's not bad. It's not bad when you step outside. So, yeah, this is just fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, you want to see a beautiful picture?
I do.
Look at how gorgeous that is.
Wow, that is a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, another one
good
there
one.
from Woodlawn Lake, Mr. McClellan. That's just, it never ceases to amaze me. Leaves me dumbfounded when I look at some of your pictures there. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. All right, well, this one's not bad either. Nice looking sunrise, couple of clouds hanging around here, of course. All right, let's look at the Climate Prediction Center. This has been kind of our friend for the past couple of months because it has been showing how we have slightly better than 50-50 odds of rain chances and cooler temperatures, and that has been the trend, and that does appear to be the trend going into the first few days of June next week. And you can see this doesn't mean rain, it's just taking the odds favoring some precipitation around here, and odds favoring slightly cooler than normal temperatures in that time period. Then jump ahead a few more days, and going into the first full week of June, we do have a little bit better than 50-50 odds of seeing wet or more rain than normal, I should say, and a little bit cooler than normal, at least better odds of that. So this great trend that we are in, we're already above as far as rain compared to last year. The entire year we've had more this year, and almost on track with the yearly total, just 0.3 of an inch behind that. 69 degrees as of right now, 61 Bernie Stage, Comfort, maybe even a light jacket out there in parts of the hill country, or sweatshirt, something like that. And as far as the dew point temperatures, these really aren't that bad. I mean, yes, we are in the mid 60s, some humidity out there, but yeah, compared to years past at this time, this is some great numbers. 70 at 8 o'clock this morning. We will see more sunshine out there. A few clouds thrown in, obviously. 80 at noon, and then a high temperature today is going to make it up to 86 degrees. The normal average high is 89. All right, jump ahead to Monday, because now through the end of the week, most all the weekend, rain-free. Late Sunday into Monday, maybe a couple of showers around here, and then during the day. Now, this is one of those long-range models. Kind of, broad brushes painting in the rain chances, slightly better odds of rain down to the south, but 30% chance to see a shower or two later on in the day on Monday. So it is not going to be a washout by any means, but just a couple of showers are going to be possible, even a thunderstorm on Monday. Temperatures, look at those numbers. Again, the normal high right now is 89 degrees, and not 89 on that graphic. The normal low temperature is 69 degrees right now, so we're right at, on average, normal low temperatures as well. And then some rain chances not only Monday, but then again Tuesday and Wednesday. So love this forecast and the fact that we still have rain chances.
Yes, in May.
Yeah, which is the wettest month of the year historically, but continuing on, especially on the heels of last year when it was just bone dry and parched and scorching hot.
Yes, we'll take the 80s. Thank you, Mike.
Everything is so green right now, which is a really nice head start going into our typically very hot summer months. 621. I'm pardon?
Pull out the lawnmower again.
Yeah, I know.
Not complaining.
621, 69 degrees.
Memorial Day weekend is one of the biggest travel times of the year, and GMA is getting behind-the-scenes look at one of the nation's busiest airports. That's coming up next.
Kayaking is my thing. running is awesome. But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable.
I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much. Now we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion, and Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
In this morning's GMA First Look, American Airlines taking us behind the scenes at the Hub Control Center in Dallas, one of the nation's busiest airports, on one of the biggest travel days of the year.
So, David, this is where it all happens. This is right. This is for our DFW Hub Control Center. Every aircraft coming into a gate is managed by the group that's over here. They can get the view of all the gates here, and then when the aircraft's ready to push.
And with 3.4 million Americans expected to fly for the holiday, airports and passengers are bracing for it all. How do you prepare for that many passengers?
We prepare every day. Every day for us, I tell the team, is a day for us to excel and to show our customers that we can deliver on the promise that we made to them when they bought that ticket.
And coming up at 7 a.m., whether you're flying this weekend or hitting the road, we have all the tips you need for a hassle-free Memorial Day weekend. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, Dallas.
Sony has made it official. They're working on a PlayStation handheld device. A so-called Project Q will let users stream any game from the PS5 console over Wi-Fi. Sony says it will launch later this year. We bet it will be ready by Christmas.
I'm sure it will. Apple is reportedly planning to roll out a new feature that would turn your iPhone lock screen into a smart display. Bloomberg says the company will expand on iOS 16 widgets by showing things like weather notifications while changing. It's expected to come out with the iOS 17 update.
New round of layoffs from Facebook's parent company. For the third time in less than 3 months, Meta is cutting more non-engineering roles. The company says the total number of layoffs will amount to about 10,000. That's a lot of folks.
Yeah, it is. Time now 6:27 and 69 degrees for now.
Our trouble spot is at 410 and Villamane. Whole bunch of lanes are closed out there right now. I'm showing 3 of 4 lanes that are coming right at you there, all those flashing lights. We'll check back in with RJ coming up after the commercial break. Pretty quiet Thursday morning out there weather-wise right now. We saw the sunrise a little bit earlier. The sun is breaking through some of those morning clouds. We'll talk to Mike in just a moment. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, May 25th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. And, not too bad in the afternoons in the 80s. We can handle that. I was going to go ahead and check in with you. My little girl was wondering if it would be okay for field day today.
Perfect for field day today.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, great. And the humidity's okay too. That's the nice thing about it. If you are heading on outside, and this should be the case, as the experts say, every day, lots and lots of sunscreen. Yeah, because that's the thing. When you have some clouds out there, it's like, not bad. No. You always have to wear sunscreen, like I said, as all the experts always say. So we've got beautiful sunrise in store. Obviously, a few clouds hanging around here as of right now, and temperature stands at 69 degrees. That is not bad. Now, when you're in the direct sun, obviously, you would be feeling more than just the air temperature, and that would kind of warm you up a little bit. And then you got a little bit of humidity to factor in as well. But these numbers, this is fantastic this time of year, and that's exactly the normal low this time, what we'd expect right now for the end of May. Comfort and Bernie Stage both at 61, 10 degrees warmer there at Port SA, and Devine 72 right now at Stinson. We do have a lot of mold out there, a little bit of grass showing up. The updated allergen count will come out in roughly an hour or so. So partly cloudy skies, again, mid-60s. Maybe a patch of fog. There's been a couple little spots, some reduced visibility, not too bad down along the coastal plain around Beeville and Victoria. That's about it. And then later on today, again, mostly sunny, mid-80s, so we will be slightly below normal. Great day for a field trip, and some clouds this weekend, upper 80s. So all the way through, starting today really, all the way through the weekend, we've got a great stretch of weather. Now Monday, That's the kind of the question mark. We do have a couple of showers, even a thunderstorm or two in the forecast, just a 30% chance. We're still going to be in the mid 80s on Monday, so not too hot by any stretch. And if you have outdoor plans on Monday, I wouldn't change them, but just be aware, one or two of those showers out there. Closer look at the long holiday weekend forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez, what's going on, sir?
All right, Mike, we're still following this crash here, this mess that we have here on the southeast side. This is Loop 410 at Villamain Road. So what you're looking at right now are the eastbound lanes of Loop 410. You see several emergency crews out there. We saw earlier that there were at least 2 vehicles off to the right-hand shoulder of Loop 410. So these are the main lanes of Loop 410. You can see traffic is backed up pretty good amount here as crews there try and get people onto the frontage road, which again, the frontage road is slowly moving through this area. Again, the eastbound lanes right there, Loop 410 at Villamain. This is right before Southton Road, and the closest exit to this is the Espada Road exit. So if you happen to be headed into this area or going to be headed out in just a little bit, just keep in mind that the Espada Road exit is the closest exit to where this crash is right now on Loop 410 eastbound. Now, westbound lanes of traffic here not being affected by this reported crash right now. But again, we saw 2 vehicles earlier, and emergency crews have been kind of in and out of this area, pushing traffic all the way to the frontage road. As we take a look at this on our maps, you can see that this is causing pretty significant backup right now. Again, this is backing up traffic all the way past 281. So right now, this is basically Roosevelt Avenue, 281. You can see that we're seeing a pretty good traffic delay there, but for the most part, most of the activity right here on 410 eastbound Villamain and again Southton Road is the next exit if you are headed eastbound on these lanes. Let's take a quick look here at our citywide maps, and we see that for the most part, traffic moving along pretty smoothly in the rest of our metro area. We still have that stalled vehicle out there on the near northwest side, I-10 westbound at Callahan Road. But the biggest thing that we're following right now, Loop 410 eastbound at Villamain Road. Just keep caution if you're headed into this area. As you can see that we still have a pretty good mess out there on the southeast side. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. A house fire is raising suspicions among San Antonio fire investigators. They're trying to figure out how it started when there were no working utilities and no one was home.
Katrina Weber live where that investigation is still going on Elmo Avenue, not far from South Stars and more in West Malone. Katrina, good morning. Do they have any clues about the cause yet?
Well, good morning. It doesn't seem like they have nailed down anything specific just yet, but it's not for lack of trying. You can see fire crews still inside this house right now, alongside an ATF agent who we understand is here only for training purposes. But you can also see what has been done, the damage that has been done by this fire, which broke out a little bit after 4:30 this morning, started right in this house. It also spread to the travel trailer that's in the driveway, and we understand there also was some damage done to the houses on either side of this property, some minor damage to the exterior. The good news, no one was hurt. The people in the trailer say that they were sleeping and woke up to an orange glow in the house next to it. They could see there was a fire in the living room. They got out quickly, and within seconds, their travel trailer also went up in flames. They say that the woman who lives in the house had not gone in since about 5 o'clock yesterday evening. So the big question is how this fire started when there wasn't anyone inside, and firefighters say there were no working utilities here. So that is part of the mystery that these investigators you see here are trying to get to the bottom of right now as we speak. No word on the cause of this fire. Reporting live southwest of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. A man's in the hospital this morning after a hit and run over on the city's west side. According to Bexar County Sheriff's deputies, it happened on Alamo Parkway just outside Loop 1604 around 10:30 last night. Deputies say the man was hit by another driver from behind. That driver left, and the man was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Right now, there is no vehicle description. As we and much of the nation mourn the lives lost in Uvalde, paid our respects and honored the victims, many of us are still dealing with a lot of the trauma felt from that day.
University Health Trauma Surgeon Lillian Liao, who helped Uvalde survivors, says mass casualty events take a toll on everyone, even those who are just watching from afar. She adds when it comes to maintaining good mental health in these situations, one thing that is a must is gratitude. She says she remembers the names of the victims, but also the survivors.
As a hospital system, grateful for the 4 patients that we were able to save, and see them do truly amazing things throughout the last year. So we are really grateful for that.
For those who may feel anxiety about a traumatic event, Leal also suggests using all the resources that are available to help in those situations. You can find more information on our website at ksat.com. And right now on ksat.com, we have a special page dedicated to the memory of those lost during the Robb Elementary School shooting. Stories there look back on the last year in Uvalde, the loss, the recovery, the rebuild, the legacy, and the impact. It's our way of making sure the memories of those affected are never forgotten. And concern is mounting across the country that the U.S. could default on its debt 1 week from today.
The White House and congressional Republicans remain deadlocked on raising the debt ceiling. ABC's Lindsay Watts continues to track the impacts from Washington.
Good morning. Debt ceiling talks still ongoing as the holiday weekend approaches.
1 week out, still no debt ceiling deal, and as a result, one of the major credit rating agencies has put the country's AAA credit rating on a negative watch.
We're playing Russian roulette with the United States credit, and it shouldn't even be an option.
Negotiations continue, but the White House and House Republicans remain unable to strike a deal, and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says there's no chance of raising the debt ceiling without conditions like the president wanted.
I will not put a clean debt ceiling on the floor. Why? Because we've spent more than we've ever spent before, and we have the highest debt.
The White House accusing McCarthy of bowing to MAGA extremists who want no compromise.
Just listen to members of the House Freedom Caucus and are now openly referring to the full faith and credit of the United States as a hostage.
When asked if the president would agree to a short-term compromise, the White House says that's not the conversation they're focused on.
Later today, lawmakers are set to leave town for the holiday weekend, and they're not expected to be back until Tuesday, just 2 days before the projected default deadline. They have been told to be ready to come back early if a deal is reached. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Right now, 640, 69 degrees.
Transitioning to life after college can be difficult for some. We're going to talk about some ways to make that transition easier after the break.
643 this year, almost 2 million young men and women will graduate from college, and with their degree in hand, they'll set out to make their mark on the world.
But this change can be difficult for many. Leslie Hudson offers some advice on how to adjust to life after college.
Making the jump from the college classroom to the real world isn't always easy. Pressures to get a job, pay off debts, and find a place to live can take their toll. But there are some strategies that can make your transition a little smoother. First, adjust your expectations. Research shows it takes an average of 3 to 6 months for college students to find a job after graduation. And one survey found 73% of graduates took a job that didn't fit their career goals. Use your first job as a chance to build experience, network, and learn new skills. Finding a mentor can also ease the transition from college to the corporate world. Mentors can help you navigate your field and develop skills. You might want to consider asking a professor, a former boss, or even a family friend to be your mentor. Also, create a budget. Start by gathering all your monthly expenses and determine which are fixed, like rent, and which are variable, like groceries. Categorize each expense. If you're spending more than you earn, look for ways to adjust. With Ways to Thrive During Life After College, I'm Leslie Hudson reporting.
It's now 645.
Let's check back with RJ Marcus and the situation over there at 410 in Villamane.
Yeah, the southeast side, things not looking great right now for our drivers in this area. So these are the eastbound lanes right now, as crews have been out here for now a little bit, for at least 45 minutes, I want to say. Loop 410, the eastbound lanes at Villamane, you can see all the main lanes here on the eastbound lanes of Loop 410 are still blocked off as crews continue to work on this reported crash. You can see they're diverting traffic here off to the the frontage road of the eastbound lanes of Loop 410. Now, westbound, things looking pretty good there. Traffic moving along pretty smoothly in that area. Now, this is very interesting because I was looking through our maps right now, and we now have a reported, basically right now it's just being reported as a hazard. Not really sure what this is at the moment. I was checking with TransGuide, so they're kind of on the case there as well. So this is further up eastbound there at South Presa. So they've got a lot of things going on right now on Loop 410 eastbound, but you could see all the red here. We just saw from that camera that things do not look good for the moment, and does not appear as if crews are going to clear that out, or SCPD or officials that are investigating this are going to clear this out anytime soon. Again, the closest exit to this is Espada Road, so just make sure if you have to head into this area, that may be where you need to exit to avoid all of this mess at the moment, because traffic was earlier backed up all the way to 281, which is basically Roosevelt Avenue. All right, so let's take a look at some other things across the city. Want to make sure we take care of some of our other drivers here. We had a stalled vehicle being reported I-35 southbound and Eisenhower Road. Again, this is does not appear to be causing any major traffic delays, but I did notice that it was causing a little bit of a buildup there, but nothing significant at the moment. As we give you one more look here at TransGuide traffic cameras, Loop 410 eastbound at Villamane. This is the biggest thing that we're following right now, and wanted to see if we could figure out what's going on there at South Presa Road, because once you pass Villamane, you get to Southend Road, and then South Presa is the next exit. So not fun, guys, for those drivers out there in the southeast side this morning.
Thank you for the update, RJ.
And no, not fun at all, but I guess decent temperatures for this time of year.
Yeah, and very consistent. The nice thing is we're not seeing anything, you know, a couple of months ago when you get the roller coaster action going on, we had the, real cold periods and then not as cold, and again, it'd be kind of this graphic would look like, just up and down here. But, I mean, talk about consistency. Upper 80s, the average high right now is 89 degrees, and we are within that. I mean, this is a fantastic forecast this time of year, because a lot of times you don't see temperatures that are basically right at the averages, and especially for about 7 days in a row. So that's the situation with the low temperatures as well. We're not seeing anything too hot, too cold at all. Beautiful picture here. Such a peaceful evening for a walk down by San Pedro Creek Culture Park. Tonight's going to be another great night for that, as is tomorrow night, as will Saturday and Sunday as well. A great weekend for that. But boy, what a beautiful, beautiful shot there. Thank you so much for that. And this is not bad looking. Obviously, we've got a few clouds out there this morning. Decent looking sunrise. Not anything to necessarily write home about. Temperature 69 degrees. We are right at the normal low. 71 Port SA. Obviously a little bit cooler in parts of the hill country right now. And also on top of temperatures not being anything just way out of whack. Same thing with the humidity. Dew points are in the low to mid 60s right now, which, yeah, that's tolerable, especially this time of year. And just think back even a week or so ago, week and a half ago, we had dew points well up into the 70s, and it was just that kind of wet towel sort of humidity. So this is pretty comfortable this morning. 70 at 8 o'clock. We are going to be up to 80 at noon, and then add another 6 degrees to that. 86 for a high temperature today. So yeah, nothing too extreme. A very pleasant day. We did not have the overnight showers and thunderstorms like we had night before last. We still have this northwesterly flow. There's still a big cluster of showers and some storms well up there, up around Abilene. But notice how as these continue with this northwesterly flow, and they're kind of taking a little bit of a left-hand turn, heading more in an eastwardly direction. So that's not going to have any impact on our weather. There is, and let me just go back here real quickly. You can see that one little cell right there around San Angelo. That may scrape by some of just to the north of Gillespie County later on, but it's not going to be anything to write home about, nothing of any consequence. And around the country, we don't really have too much of anything going on around here. So nothing to bring about any big changes around here other than that chance of rain moving in by by Monday. Late Sunday, perhaps a stray shower, but we do have a 30% chance for 1 or 2 showers out there, a couple of thunderstorms on Monday. The majority of those, I think, may be, as of right now, in the southern half of our viewing area. Again, consistent temperatures, great looking forecast all the way through the majority of the long Memorial Day weekend. If you have outdoor plans on Monday, wouldn't change them, but there will be, again, 1 or 2 showers out there. And then more rain chances, albeit small, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Some people are taking Friday and Monday for a nice long holiday weekend.
Some people are taking Thursday too, so I think we're seeing, maybe a long 5-day weekend.
Yeah.
So what the heck?
Extended holiday.
And they said this may be the busiest travel weekend we've seen since before COVID-19.
Yes.
And today's the day when it really starts to get fired up too.
Yeah, all right. As they always say, pack your patience and smile. 650, 69 degrees.
Let's look out there with a live cam. Yes, expecting those nice temperatures in the 80s. And for now, not too bad as well, 69 degrees. We'll be right back.
Ahead of the busy travel weekend for Memorial Day, Circle K gas stations are hosting Fuel Day today, which means you get 40 cents off per gallon of fuel if you fill up. Circle K will be offering this from 4 to 7 p.m. Coming up on GMSA at 9, summer quickly approaching, and there's a local program that's sharpening kids' golf skills.
Tiffany Huertas is going to tell us about the program and how it's impacting our community. Plus, we are continuing our great graduate series by recognizing a local high school student.
Max Massey is going to tell us what comes next for one Southside High School student after she walks the stage. Tune in for that and much, much more today on GMSA at 9.
And the time now, 6:54. Let's go ahead and check back with RJ Marquez.
All right, guys, taking you back outside to the southeast side, Loop 410 at Villamain, and you can see that we do have a wrecker out here, hopefully towing away this vehicle here that was involved in this crash earlier. These are the eastbound lanes of Loop 410. Traffic there has been shut down pretty much for the past hour or so. In the eastbound lanes of Loop 410, westbound lanes, things still moving along pretty smoothly there, but traffic out there on the frontage road you could see being diverted at the very moment, but hopefully we will get this cleared out in just a bit. And the reason is because this caused significant backup. TxDOT's reporting that, in fact, that the eastbound lanes are shut down all the way from South Presa to past 281, which is Roosevelt Avenue there. So pretty significant mess out there as we take one more quick look here at what this looks like on TransGuide. And we see that things appear to be moving as far as things clearing up in that area. So hopefully those crews will take care of business. Yeah.
40 cents off per gallon?
That's pretty good.
Just filled up yesterday.
That gets your attention, right?
It's like I want to go drain that
Go
gas.
drive around 1604 12 times and
go cruising.
Then go fill up. You'll feel much better.
Look at the money I'll save. It's like going to Costco. Look at what I saved. I spent this. Anyway, we digress. Got a lot of clouds out there this morning, and we got temperatures at 70 right now. And then we ran out of time chatting, didn't we? High, 86 for a high.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.